Welcome to another ICP update. So, in my opinion, ICP has not bottomed in this second wave right here, and we might get another low. I mean, sure, you can call this structure right here an ABC, but it's not really, I don't know, I don't really feel it, if you know what I'm saying. It does not look complete to me, and it has not touched the 0.382 extension or the 50% extension. And for a second wave correction, I actually want to see that. So yeah, right now this structure does not really look complete, and I'm expecting another low, maybe to touch the $9 level and maybe even the 50% level at $8.39. But ideally, the price does not go lower than that, so I do not really want to see the price go to the 618 or the 786. If it gets to these levels, then yeah, we'll most likely get another low in this main second wave right here. Now, if we finish this second wave in this week, then I expect the third wave to get to this target zone right here, somewhere between, let's say, $17 and $19. And I really wanted to get to the 2.272 level, which is right here, and that's pretty much my minimum target. Now, why is that my minimum target? Well, I mean, as you can see, the first wave was pretty impulsive. I mean, it went up about 88% in just 17 days. So this third wave needs to be even more crazier than the first wave that we got right here. And I mean, let's say we bottom right here at around about $9. If we want to get in that target region, we would need to go up about 100%, and let's say we'll need about another 2 weeks to do that. If this happens, and if we go in the third wave this or next week, then yeah, I expect the price to be at around $17 to $19 by, let's say, I don't want to say the middle of August because the price might get a larger correction here, but maybe by end of this month, the price will trade somewhere in this region right here. Now, like I said, we could always go deeper in the second wave, and I mean, you can even count this as an A structure to the downside. And maybe we'll get a B now and then a C wave which goes to this level right here. Do I want that to happen? Well, not really. I mean, it's not really something that I want to see on the chart, but could it happen? Well, yes. And to confirm that this is actually not happening, and to confirm that the second wave right here is actually in, I want to see a break above this previous high right here of the first wave to the upside. And if we do get above that level, then yeah, I will 100% be able to confirm that the second wave right here is actually in. But until we get above that level, then yeah, I cannot confirm anything. I mean, we are not even above the bull market support band, and as you can see, we actually got rejected by it right here. And yeah, we've pretty much been going sideways ever since. So maybe we'll get above it next week or this week, but yeah, if we do not, then you can expect another low in the second wave right here. Now let's look at the long term. Well, actually, let's stay on the daily. So I believe the second wave has bottomed right here. Now, I cannot confirm that it has bottomed until we get to this level right here. So until we get to $21, I cannot confirm that this is actually the low of the second wave, because the price could always do something like this. So, I mean, this whole thing could be an A structure, and then we get a B, and then a C, and that, in my opinion, would be very, very bearish, and I do not really want to see that. It would also be very, very deep, and there's going to be a very big chance that this first wave move to the upside gets invalidated. So hopefully this is not the case, but you have to be aware of all the possibilities. So could this happen? Yes. Do I see it happen? No, not really, but it's a possibility, like I said. Also, something else that might confirm that the second wave is actually in right here is, like I said, a break above this level, but this third wave should have 5 waves up, and they should look something like this. So the first wave should get above the previous high right here, then it should get a correction to get the second wave, then a big third wave, a fourth and a fifth to get in this target zone right here. That's what I would like to see the price do, and that would also put us above the bull market support band, which would be bullish. And by the time we get to this target zone right here, we should be overbought on the daily RSI. As you can see right now, we are at about an RSI of 52, so there is potential to the upside, and I mean the RSI could go overbought, and in my opinion it will go to the overbought territory once we get to these levels right here, and then we could get this fourth wave correction. So we can actually, let me actually draw this. So let's say we do something like this and we go overbought, then we'll get the fourth wave correction right here, we'll cool off hopefully, and then we'll get the fifth wave, which should end somewhere around this region, and then hopefully do something like this. Now I do not expect the price to get to the overbought territory again in the fifth wave, because I mean this fifth wave is only the fifth wave of the first wave move up of the main third wave. So I mean it might get to the overbought territory, but I do not expect the fifth wave to break the high of the third wave on the RSI. So I mean that's what usually happens. So the third wave is usually the most overbought, and then we get a fourth and a fifth wave which is not as overbought, but the price goes above the previous high. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So after we do get this fifth wave to the upside, then I expect a second wave correction, which should be maybe around, well actually I'll give you a target zone for that, but let's just say we'll top somewhere around here. If we top, let's say at around $28 in the first wave move up of the main third wave, then the price could go in this region right here between $19 and, I mean this is the pretty much the last support level, but it could go to $10 even. So you could see a, let's say, 30% to 62% correction to the downside after we get above this previous high of the first wave. So if we do that, do not get scared. It's going to be normal. But if we do manage to actually survive this correction, then the third wave of the main third wave should be very, very impulsive, and it could get to some crazy levels. So yeah, keep an eye on that. Let's also check out the RSI. So the RSI actually managed to close above the yellow line, which is a good sign, because right here it was actually below it, and it was not really bearish, but it was questionable, because right here, for example, after we got above it and we closed below it, it just crashed. So this looked very similar, but right now that we are actually managing to get back above it, I think that's a good sign. So maybe this will not repeat, and ideally it does not repeat, because if it does repeat, that will most likely mean that we'll get a new low on the RSI right here, and that will not really be a good sign. If we do that, then yeah, you can even say that this will be an A, B, and then C, and I mean the first wave will almost get invalidated, and that would not really be bullish. So let's hope we do not get that, and let's hope we can close next week above the yellow line as well. And I think that will most likely confirm that we'll be doing something else. Also, just check this out. The RSI on the weekly is currently like 46, which means if we do go in this main third wave right now, we do have a lot of room to the upside, especially on the RSI. I mean, right now the price is at like $9.47 and the RSI is at, like I said, 47. So that's good, because when the RSI was at the overbought territory, as you can see right here, the price was literally between, let's say, $16 and $21. And if we do get to these price levels again, we'll most likely not be overbought on the RSI, and we'll only be at, like, let's say, an RSI of 65 or so, which means this third wave can actually happen. Also, just wanted to let you guys know, Silver and Gold Patreons now have access to my TradingView charts, so if you want to check out my charts and see what my predictions are, or if you want to see the support levels again, you can now do that if you are a Silver or a Gold Patreon. Also, as a Patreon you get 2 exclusive videos each month, and you get early access to most of my videos, and usually I post the videos on my Patreon like one day before I actually post them on my main channel, so if you want faster updates, you should check out my Patreon. Anyways, just to remind you, for this cycle my prediction is around $138, But I will only be able to confirm that we'll get there after we get above the previous all-time high right here. If you haven't watched my previous videos, I consider this to be the all-time high because this right here is just a mess, and I believe this is just market manipulation, so yeah, this is most likely the actual all-time high. And if we do get to the all-time high, then yeah, I can expect the price to get to maybe $138 and maybe even $200 if things are more bullish. But yeah, I mean, that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.